What's up, fellow Pokemon nerds? Joe Max Pax here. Um, we're not going to get into the politics by it. If you want to get into a deep conversation with that, go watch CNN's tariff video or Fox's tariff video or the White House's tariff video or whatever you want to watch. This is not that video. I sell Pokemon cards. I sell Japanese Pokemon cards. So when something affects Japan, I have to import them from Japan. So that's how that works. Anyway, um, a lot of this information will probably change. Like there's percentages can change, details can change. So it's just kind of a very small window in the bigger picture. There's a lot of girth. There's a lot of meat to stuff like this. So the at the time it's supposed to be a 24% tariff. It's a half to one, I guess. I guess Japan puts 46% tariffs on the US. Now we're putting 24% tariffs on them. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Again, percentages and all that's going to change. There's going to be deals struck, whatever, etc. So this is more of a how this is going to affect me and how it's going to affect my customers, my whatever. I think I'm at 20 customers right now. So shout out to y'all. But this is just the easiest way to do it. So um, I'm sure y'all heard of the Canadian store Hobbiesville with their, what was it, Journey Together. Um, the U.S. put tariffs on Canada, and I guess Canada put tariffs on us. I don't know. I don't really stay up to date with the news. So essentially, what happened is they sold a bunch of pre-orders, and then the tariffs came before they got all the product, all the Journey Together in their hands. So when it crossed the border, when they imported it, they got hit with whatever not sales tax, whatever tariff it was, and they're on the hook for that because they import it. So what they did was it was either cancel your order and I can list them higher, or pay the difference. And that was a huge mess. A lot of people like gave them a bunch of 1 stars and all this other stuff. And this is exactly why I don't run pre-orders, because again, a lot of stores sold Glory of Team Rocket for whatever, $200, which I was hoping to get it under $200. I was hoping on release it drop down to like 150 and then I could sell it, 10% higher. But looks of it is not likely at all gonna happen. Uh, if that 24% tariff stays, anyone that sold that box for $200 is gonna be on the hook for that 24%, or they're gonna cancel all your orders. And this is exactly why you don't shop with people that have a history of doing that, because either way, either the store's gonna get screwed or the customer's gonna get screwed. And I'd rather just be transparent and be like, I don't do pre-orders for that. If you see a pre-order on my site, it's because I already purchased the item and it's in transit. Like at that point, the only thing that can happen is it's delayed in transit or it gets lost in transit, but usually it's here within like 4 days. So that's why I don't run pre-orders. And these shops that did this, 24% on $200 is like $50 a box. And there's a lot of large shops that were dropping these pre-orders and selling out. Like that's scary. Like that, I wouldn't be able to even afford that. I would have to cancel orders. There's nothing I could do. And even the fee, the processing fee, like I would have to eat that too. In that point, so like it would just be a big mess. Anyway, um, if I have to pay more for my shiny cardboard, I have to pass it on to my customers who are also going to be paying more for their shiny cardboard. I don't work on large margins. I work on like 10%. So that 10% margin, I can't, that's just how it's going to work. And again, I don't care about the long-term benefits, nothing like that. This is how it directly affects me. So a booster box, like this is the easiest one because it's $100. Heatwave Arena, I have it for like $100 on my website, maybe a little less. We'll just say it's $100. Well, now I'm going to be charging 124 when these all sell out because it's 24% more expensive for me to get it. Now, the Japanese market also tends to fluctuate quite a bit, so you also have the price swings and all that stuff too. But not talking about that, tariffs. So just tariff wise, this is 24% more expensive for me to import. So when I import it before I can get access to it, FedEx, UPS, snail mail, whatever it is, DHL or whatever, uh, is going to charge me that 24% to get my package. So now I have to charge you 24%, which unfortunately is pricing more people out of Pokemon cards, which Japan's the cheaper of the two. So it kind of just is what it is. And like, there's nothing I can do about that. Again, prices are going to change, but Gloria Team Rocket should still be coming. I don't like the price point. So I don't know exactly what we're going to do, but I'm going to do my best to secure it as cheap as possible. Not going to be a lot of stock because let's be real, I'm a small shop. I don't have a ton of money to, go buy 10,000 boxes at 250 a box. Plus, I don't even know if I'm going to have people that want to buy at that expensive price point. I wouldn't, that's for sure. I wouldn't. But, I was analyzing this. Was it last night or the night before or something like that? And there's a couple ways this could pan out. I think the most likely is just Japanese suppliers pass it on to me. I pass it on to y'all. That's it. Well, I guess Japanese suppliers wouldn't pass it. It would just be me passing it on to y'all. But if the U.S. market kind of rejects it with Pokemon, like for instance, if this doesn't go up 24% more, where is it? There we go. There's the right side up. If this doesn't go up 24% more on TCG Player, then the U.S. market's kind of rejecting that. So suppliers will have to lower their prices for me to be able to buy it and then resell it. You see what I'm saying? So that's a possibility. I highly doubt it. I just think it's going to go up 24%. But it really just depends what the US consumer and market or whatever decide. And yeah, shameless plug. If you guys like my shit, you want to support a very small creator, a very small store, you can buy my shit upside down. You can buy my shit at maxpacks.com. Links in description. Subscribe, comment, like. I respond to every comment.